Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third video of looking at the world's best restaurants and their worst reviews. There is going to be some stuff to talk about in this one, and it is at the very least exciting because you have some very egotistical and haughty people who are writing reviews after spending a lot of money. Hof van Cleef, Belgium. Oh my god, this is the first place that doesn't have a negative review. I'm kind of surprised. I treated my husband to a meal at Hof van Cleef for a wedding anniversary present. We both love our food and wine and have been fortunate to eat at 6 3-star Michelin restaurants in the last 2 to 3 months and several 1 and 2-star restaurants over the short time frame. We've had the full course 7 tasting menu with the matching wines. The meals overall were wonderful. The flavor combination was superb and every course was delicious. While the meal was excellent, it didn't quite live up to the overall experiencing at Azak in South Sebastian Le Pugol in Rome. I don't know how, I just kind of mumbled words together there. However, it was a fantastic meal, and towards the end, we were already planning on our next trip back. However, unfortunately, the key reason we will not be returning is because at the very end of the bill included a charge of 36 euros for 2 cups of mint tea. They're at a fucking Michelin star restaurant. We're happy to pay 3 or 4 times more for wine or champagne. This is expected. However, we do not like to be taken advantage of. A mint plant costs up to €1, which could serve a whole restaurant. We thought there had been a mistake as we expected the tea to be included in the tasting menu, and no menu had been given to us at the end of the meal to set out our prices of tea and coffee. However, the waitress explained that although no menu had been given at the end of the meal, we were still expected to pay extra for tea. Whilst this is a little strange for it not to be included in a full tasting menu of a 3 Michelin star restaurant, we would have been happy to pay a decent price for a cup of tea, but 36 euros was outrageous, especially when 2 champagne cocktails came to only 50 euros. So we asked if the waitress could check with her boss. The waitress came back and said that there was nothing that she can do. She acknowledged that it was a huge margin they were making on the tea, but explained that the only person who can deduct anything from the bill is the chef, who is in hospital. Oh, that is sketchy. This excuse is an outrage. My husband and I are not stupid. Surely a chef would leave a manager in charge. Actually, there's not. I can fully see someone being like, no one else is in charge. That has the authority to reduce a bill. So we ended up leaving the restaurant with rather bitter taste. It was such a shame as we would have returned the restaurant. We are also planning to leave a €200 tip, but we ended up leaving nothing as the service from the waitress was appalling at the waitress might not have done anything. What a fucking, I hate that. I get that you're mad at a place, but a lot of times the grunts of the place are definitely not the reason why. They can't do anything. From a business perspective, not only did the staff lose a good tip, but we will not be spending thousands of euros here in the future. We should have received an apology for the oversight for not being told about the extra charge, and the amount should have been taken off. We don't mind spending money, but restaurants should not rip people off and then acknowledge that they are ripping customers off and say that they can't do anything about it as the chef is in the hospital. The food here, though, does not have any complaints, just the service. Very interesting. I feel like, that is kind of impressive, actually. Because even the #1 restaurant has complaints in it. Le Calende, I don't know how to say that word, okay? It's Rubano, Italy. There's one terrible review. We visited this restaurant 14 days ago. We invited friends. It was a special event. In the end, we went home very disappointed. This place has 3 Michelin stars. The food totally sucks, especially the seafood dish is absolutely overcharged. Fortunately, I shall never, ever go there again. We had the most expensive option, complete tasting menu with wine pairing, €740. You paid twice as much because you did the wine pairing, right? So that means, in my experience, when you do a wine pairing, it basically doubles the bill. So whatever the bill was, without the wine pairing, much less. So if you want to go eat at a fancy restaurant and you see these astronomical bills, a lot of times it can be because of a wine pairing. I am 5'5", 120 pounds, as if that is some indicator of how much calories you need to feel sustained for the day. We have shared the most amazing food with flavor and presentation in the past. This place was disappointing. The presentation was nice, but nothing special. Most importantly, I finished the tasting course hungry. I ordered an extra dessert, an overly dry sponge cake with gelato. The cake was not good, which I made clear to the waiter, and then a second scoop of gelato because I needed more food. There were 2 desserts, which were basically just the 2 scoops of chocolate gelato, cost an extra €50. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It looks so good though. Like, he bashes, but I would eat that. Septime, Paris, France. I don't know how you could ever have anything negative to say about a place that barely charges you anything. Like, even if the food is awful, right? It's a 1 Michelin star restaurant that charges you €100. Even if it's a fluke and it's awful, how can you have anything to say? Yet it doesn't stop someone. Spend your money somewhere else. We have visited Septime last Tuesday after waiting for a long time. We had this restaurant on our list for forever. We went for a tasting menu with a bottle of wine. We went on a big food trip visiting Ogata, Pavelin, I don't know how to say his names, Septime, in a restaurant AT. After having seen the wine list, we ordered a bottle of white, whereas the waitress came with a bottle of red. No problem, changed in it time. Then the 7-course meal started, and that is where it all went wrong. The speed of service starting at 21:20 was way too fast, and noticing the hovering service over our empty or not plates was beyond polite. As service was already that bad, they did not refill our wine glasses once, as they are so focused on the empty plates. The food is so-so. While talking about bistro, if we talk about Michelin-starred restaurants, we aren't even close to the expectation nor quality of food. We left at 2300. That's like an hour and a half, after finishing the meal at 22:45. We mentioned the fact of speed of service and lack of service. The restaurant manager started to disagree, as she had told us that this is what the chef wants. I mean, I can kind of see that. Let me be clear about one thing. Speed of service is for the host/hostess and not for the chef. We will never, ever come back. What an awful experience with a bill of at least €200 just for food. This is not a Michelin star restaurant. Don't visit. Go to Boulin Charité if you want to eat fast. Service is superb there. I feel like I don't think it's that bad. If they like an hour and a half for a meal isn't that bad. I'm just saying. Okay, but you have to think about it like this, right? If you have the money to go to these restaurants, how much money do you have to have where you will then, like, afterwards be so nitpicky about some things, you know? Like, what is the level that one needs to be at to do that? I think it's hilarious when you get stuff like this, like, not sure how they have a Michelin star. Wow, was it hard to get a reservation here? Finally got it. You know, maybe I don't want to say, oh, I guess they're from San Francisco. It does show you where they're from. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe down below. And I do stream on Twitch every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. CST. And I will be having out more videos coming soon. Thank you.